It's just reality. I don't know what to say. Take away patrolling. Got it. I swear to God. Patrolling only takes up like 20 minutes anyway. I need to talk to Dark. Where's Dark? Because talking to Dark is also half included in this IA stuff. There's no Ziggy's and Ziggy's not even on duty.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Don't yes me. Wait, where are you?
I'm eating a snack.
I swear to God.
What?
You and Dad always got something going on, don't you?
No.
Okay.
I'm just hungry.
Well, can I talk to you? Can we finally have a conversation? We only flaked on what happened with the meeting. The meeting's gone. The meeting's done.
No. It's just that I haven't been able to talk to you and your dad because you haven't been on duty at the same time.
I am always on duty at the same time. It's not my fault that Dad is never around. We were all finally around, and then everybody fucking flaked. And now we're back to square one, where trying to get 3 people to plan something out is physically impossible.
Yeah, about that. I want to get more people.
What?
Let's
No.
not talk on the phone.
No, I'm not. I'm not bringing more people to a family get together where I'm talking. Oh, Dark. Where's Dark?
For example, instructing other individuals to remove evidence from a scene, speaking over officers from a scene, preventing us to perform our duties on that scene.
Flop does not want more people. Flop will literally refuse the meeting with more people because Flop is threatening to leave the family right now with everything going on. So if there's more people involved, Flop is straight up gonna say, well, if this isn't about the family, then obviously you didn't need me in the family. Flop's about to get rough. Flop's in trouble. I doubt it. Where's Dark?
Go South Rockford, and then you kind of like do a little like.
Who the fuck is Dark? So what happened to just my chill music? 383. Okay, no longer in person.
We are in person. Come on.
I'm in the middle of stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, we can talk in a bit.
No, we can talk now, but I just.
You just said you're in the middle of stuff.
No, I thought you meant I was getting in your car. Hello.
Hello, how you doing,
I
buddy?
need to get
I'm
some
doing all
food.
right.
Hold
Good to
on.
see ya.
Good to see you too.
I gotta talk to my dad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just remember,
wondering,
Flop, you're suspended.
How long until I can maybe
What?
potentially go out solo?
You heard him.
All right. Where can we talk? Where we can actually sit down and have a proper conversation where I don't feel like it's constantly cat and mouse.
Hey, Juno, I went to church today.
You
Oh my
what?
God, do you really?
No running in
Yes.
the house unless you're you.
Oh wow.
It wasn't Catholic church. It was the church on 68.
Fluff. What did you do there?
You know when toddlers throw their toys at the wall? You think that helps them get attention?
I don't think so. Why? I want to know more about this church thing. What did you
Do you have my
at
adoption
church?
papers?
Did I interrupt something?
Yeah, a little bit. It's okay though. Do you have my adoption papers?
Yes.
I might need a copy of them.
Why?
Don't worry about it. Are we gonna have a conversation or not?
Was that like a thinly veiled threat or something?
I've already told you I'm considering leaving the family.
Hey, I have a. Oh. Okay, this isn't my place to like say anything or do anything. If the pair of you need to sit down with someone as a mediator, I'm really good at listening and and being like a therapist if you guys want to
That
do
sounds
that.
nice. That sounds nice. Unfortunately, my dad has no interest in
Are
actually
you
having a
gonna say
proper
I'm
conversation.
conflicted? Oh, okay, never mind.
Well, that's not true. We're going to have a conversation right now.
I don't
The only
think
reason
we
didn't
are.
have one the other day is because me and your dad were sick. And apparently you don't care about that. We're fine, by the way.
Yeah, well, I asked you if you were okay, and you said you were fine.
Do you,
Come on.
do
Do you know,
want-
we'll talk to you later,
Yeah.
love. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh no, you're good. I just want to, just okay. Goodbye.
Take care, Judo.
Route 68
she's
church,
conflicted.
is someone there?
Let me see where he is.
Did you just say I'm conflicted?
No, I said.
Swear to God.
I said take care, Juno. Where did she get that from?
Hiya. I'm at a mission right now.
Dark said it.
I think
I didn't hear him say it.
how many do I need?
Well,
Can I? Do you mind if I go somewhere before I talk to you about this?
yeah, that's fine.
I'll repeat what I said. I said I thought it was.
Just want to mark us both 10-7 for a bit on dispatch and stuff.
Do you want to mark 10-7? I put you under me. Or I put me under you.
Yes, please. You mark us both 10-7. How have you been?
I've been better.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Has anything else happened? Norman was texting me yesterday.
No, I haven't been around Norman. I haven't been around anyone recently. Anyone who I was involved with around the Bundy family, except for Bundy and Lennon, I have pretty much pushed away from.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know who Cody Speedwagon is?
Could I ask you the same question?
Well, I thought I was going to get an answer this morning from Pez. But he gave me a real...
How did he describe it so that I could tell you exactly what he was getting at?
Well, I asked him, and then he said kind of something on the same of you know, where did you hear that name from? And I told him, but I went to church yesterday. I thought I was getting followed by one of these crows, and I thought a good place to go might be a church. I was wrong. When I was there, the crow was in there too, and so was the highwayman. Or at least a verbal manifestation of him anyway. I don't know whether he was the crow. I don't know whether... I don't know. But the highwayman said to me that he wants Cody Speedwagon. And I asked why. I didn't think at the time about the name. And he said because Cody was the one who turned me over to Norman. And it wasn't till last night I was laying in bed and I thought, Pez told me the day that me and your dad visited Norman Bones that it was him who turned his dad over. So,
You're getting two conflicting stories.
So I asked Pez. I said to Pez that your dad said Cody was the one who turned him over, but you said it was you. And he said it was both. I don't know what he means. I know it means that him and this Cody person both dragged the dad before Norman, but I don't know why he would. I don't know why the highwayman would lie, and I don't know why Pez would lie.
Are you aware of? I'm gonna give you the details that I have. And hopefully it'll help clarify some stuff.
Okay.
Since I've been around Norman, I've learned a lot of other people, including Pez.
Okay.
Cody is who you know. Cody is Pez. Pez is Cody. All right. Pez Speedwagon is actually Cody Speedwagon. And Pez Speedwagon is, I believe, his father. And the day that he approached Norman is the day that his father was essentially taken from him.
Right.
Dropping shit. Sorry. But I don't really have all the details. That's more for him to explain. But Pez is essentially Cody's father.
So is he Pez or is he not?
He is not Pez. How much do you know about the highwayman?
Nothing. I know that you stabbed me in the back. And that's it. Can you clarify all this for me, please?
You want, like, so that it makes sense?
Yes, so it makes sense.
Okay. So I'm gonna start off by saying this. It doesn't all make sense to me. It really doesn't. And I'm not just saying that to say it. I'm saying it because I mean it. A lot of this does not make sense to me. And I think the fact that it doesn't make sense to me is also an issue, right? Because trying to explain it to you is going to come out sounding different. So forgive me for any of the errors and mistakes I'm going to make, but I'm going to try and clarify this as best I can. When Norman took Cleo, Norman also took Pez and stripped Pez from
You
Cody.
mean Cody?
No. Cody? I don't know if I would call it a split personality.
Wait, wait. I know you don't, but explain it to me in DID terms. Who's the host?
As far as I know, it's Cody.
And so Pez was another identity, a person,
To some degree, yeah.
and there was just the two.
Mm-hmm.
And so when
And
Cody went with Norman and Cleo, only Pez came back.
Pez was pulled out from Norman and was taken from Cody. And the reason, I believe...
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the highwayman asking for Cody's Speedwagon then? Norman has him.
Somewhere in there, the highwayman is essentially what was the identity from... Oh man, I don't want to get this wrong. I don't want to say something to you and have it be dead wrong. To my understanding, the highwayman is somewhere in within Pez, and Norman was a force and an entity that wanted destruction. And as far as I know, the highwayman was also involved with... You're asking, unfortunately, the like dead wrong person. I'm doing the best I can because it all doesn't make sense to me either. But essentially,
Hold on.
yeah, go ahead. I'm trying here. I really am.
Did Pez, I mean, was Cody the one who stabbed me?
This is where things get dicey. Technically, physically, yes. Mentally, no. And there's a reason I have been distancing myself from him. Is because you and I talked a while back and you told me that you were affected by the highwayman. And I had heard from Norman the information regarding the highwayman. And I couldn't bring myself to explain this to you because I didn't know how it affected you. You never told me about it. And the last thing I wanted to do was to tell you that I had known and, you know, either trigger something or have you think less of me, or I don't know. I didn't know what I was thinking. But all I know is that I didn't know, I couldn't bring myself to actually tell you. And it wasn't meant to be a bad thing. It was just something that I didn't know how to approach you with. Because usually trauma comes in waves, and, you know, being stabbed by somebody, I feel like is, you know, that's something you don't want to like reminisce on. But essentially, either Pez was the highwayman or the highwayman was separate from Pez. And Norman was kind of in control of the highwayman and was involved in a lot of the destruction that the highwayman caused, which was just sheer violence. And a lot of what I've been doing recently is realizing how that in Norman has affected the family. And that's why I haven't been back to that lighthouse. And why I haven't been back to speak with Cody. And it's why I've essentially distanced myself. Because Ziggy did not approve of Cody. Because Cody was involved in a pipe bomb incident where Ziggy was handcuffed and blown up. And I know Ziggy didn't approve, and I was gonna put my I was gonna put my marriage at risk. I know that with everything going on with, I guess, the Highwayman and how it's affected you and how Norman has affected the family, I distanced myself from him, hoping to revive the damage that's been done. And I know that we're supposed to have a mediated conversation, and I don't want to say too much. But just so that you're aware, the only reason why this all started was because Norman Bones sent Jackie Snow a text message to let Jackie Snow know to reach out to me and to let me know that I should probably speak to Matt. Because apparently Matt was a victim to Norman Bones 4 years ago. That's how all this transpired. When I was looking into it, I didn't look into it from the perspective of looking into it for the family. I looked into it as a detective. I looked into it and I asked questions. I was given a copy of his journal. I started depicting, I spent 5.5 hours going through 51 pages of journal entries. I made a map of all of the locations where all of his victims were attacked. I wrote little like spark notes down of each journal entry to kind of pull out things that I think were odd or things that I think were interesting, to try and get an understanding as to who Norman was. And I then went to him, and I did face him face to face. And I looked at him and I started asking questions that I think would be interesting. Also, if I have to repeat any of this, let me know. I'm having issues with my throat right now.
You're good.
But you know, I asked him in the capacity as a detective, and Norman twisted it and tried to throw it back in my face that this was about Matt. And I said, I don't think I'm brave to approach you. And he said, well, do you think Matt would be brave to approach me? And I said, no. I said, I don't think that there's any bravery involved. I've done everything I could to just keep this in the capacity as a cop looking into someone, a man who I watched take 12 rounds to the head, smoke his cigarette, finish, and walk away from. And I realized that I can't look at this as a regular cop. I can't look at this in the capacity of what this badge holds. And that Norman is, in some regard, a different entity. He is of something else. And regardless of how I looked into it in the capacity of this badge, he was going to find a way to make it personal. And he did exactly that. He reached out to me. He reached out to Matt. He reached out to you. And
Just,
I mean,
just wait.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
Just tell me something. Why did you feel like you had to do all that on your own? Have we not told you enough that this is the kind of stuff we're here for? So that you don't have to do this shit on your own.
I just thought it was the right thing to do. You're looking at someone who's causing problems. It's kind of a fight or flight instinct, especially with SCU. You know, start just tackling something. Sometimes it's easier to manage and control everything when you're the one in control, I guess. Not to sound power hungry, but you know.
I've been there. I was a detective. I know what it's like. And there's a reason I married your dad, and there's a reason that we adopted you two. And it wasn't for us to do things on our own. It was to do things together as a team. So I'm not mad at you. Neither of us are mad at you. We just wish that we could have done this together. That's behind us now. Norman, I don't know what he is, but he gave us a choice. It was either one of us three or it was someone else. You can imagine what it was like with your dad there. He was trying to find some loopholes. But, yeah, we were kind of pressured into it. Norman said if we left, then it was going to be one of us. So we made the decision that that it would be someone else. And this is what I wanted to talk to you about. I went to church today. I was with Brandy and I was with Smith. And we went to church because I can't remember, something murder room. And we met the priest, who, funnily enough, I forgot, but he wanted to join IA a while back. But he had been expunged before, which meant he'd been a criminal before. And I said no. Anyway, second chances. I spoke to him, and I gave him confession. I thought my dad's religious. I wouldn't imagine there'd be a better time than this to give it a go. It helped. It was really good to just talk to someone that you know is not going to tell anybody else. Basically a stranger. And it kind of opened my eyes a little bit. Because Norman's given us two choices. That's what he's presented. I don't think that's it. I don't think there's just two choices. I don't think it's either one of us dies or we have to kill somebody else. I refuse to believe that's the only option. Do you know why I brought you here?
Oh my god. That was the closest I've come to a meteor. Sorry.
Do you know who my best friend is?
Matt?
Well, yes. My other best friend.
Peanut?
Lauren.
Lauren Forcer?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just saw her recently. She's been in a rough spot with the FIB.
She brought me here once. long time ago. Because this is where she used to come with Diaz.
I do love this spot.
She really loved him, you know.
I'm sure she did.
A very wise woman once said that grief is the price that we pay for love. I've seen it paid for too many times. I've paid it myself too. I'm not paying shit to Norman Bones. So, you were right. You were right. I realise it today in church. There's a left choice and there's a right choice. But there's an up and there's a down. There's a forwards and there's a fucking backwards too. We gotta treat this like your instinct was. This is an investigation. And I feel like I've just heard bits and pieces from a dozen different people. Why? Why are we doing it like this? Playing Chinese fucking whispers about the god of death. Or death himself. I think we really need to start stopping trying to do this on our own. There is God knows how many people in this city who have been affected by this thing. We all have one common goal, and that is to get rid of him. I think we need to get everybody that knows anything about this thing. We need to put our heads together and we need to sit down and talk. Because I'm not losing anybody.
I don't want to lose anyone either. And you have a lot that I'd say is definitely in line with, you know, the things I've been saying. But I do hope that you do know that there is no right or wrong and that I wasn't right about anything. I might have had the right idea, but we're all still flawed. I think we do need to work together. And I know that, you know, the past is the past. And we can't change what's happened in the past. But we can change how we are moving forward. And, you know, maybe we can. Maybe we can figure things out and try and move forward, I guess, more accordingly, more as a family, more as a group of people. I'm hearing a fucking crow.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe it's time we go.
That's fine. I'm sorry.
Actually, you know what? No. Fuck the crow. It's not taking out. This is our spot. This is Lauren's spot. This is Diaz's spot. No fucking crow's gonna take that away. Don't apologize either. Sure, you were an idiot, but as long as we get this sorted out, that's all that matters. So I got to talk to your dad about this, but do you think it's a good idea to get everyone together?
Who do you who do you consider everyone?
That's all the people I know. Maybe you can help fill in the gaps. Is anybody else?
I'm sure there's a couple other people, but I think in terms of primary, you've gotten just about everyone.
Then let's do it. If no one else is doing it, then let it be the Dark Roads family. It's everyone sat at a fucking table to figure out how to rid Los Santos of Norman Bones.
It'll be good. I hope you know that this has been done once before. So the people that are involved, which is good. We're gonna have to figure something new out. I know Bryce has some good ideas. They're not the smartest ideas, but he's got some good ideas. I know Bundy maybe has some suggestions.
You guys blowing up lighthouses and God knows what else is. My gut tells me that's not the right move.
Do you want to know why we did that though? We did that for a very specific reason. Do you know how most gosh, my throat. Do you know how most people in positions of power have a weak spot? Could be
So God bleeds, right?
Mm-hmm. We didn't know what was attaching Norman to that lighthouse, but that was his spot where he went. That's where he hung out. That was Norman's spot. And We didn't know if there was something inside that lighthouse that was attaching Norman. We didn't know if, you know, it was something personal. So we tried to go after him in multiple different ways. We tried to go after him in a lot of ways in order to try and triangulate Norman's weak spot. We tried blowing up the lighthouse. We tried large caliber rifles. We tried Balto made a chain, I forget what it was called, a scriptic rune chain or whatever he called it, and we put it around his neck, and it was barbed so he couldn't rip it off. We did everything that we could, and the only reason we did everything that we could in the way that we did it was so that we could try and find his weak point. And we still don't know his weak point. And I'm willing to give it another go. We definitely need to do it together, and it's going to be a lot harder this time around because we need to find new things to try.
This is my issue with weak points and bombs and guns. We can find a weak point. We can shoot him and make him bleed. We can kill Norman Bones. Then what? He himself has said that he faced death when he died. He replaced somebody, something. That probably means that someone has to replace him. He said something. Or Snow said something to me when he was telling me everything. He said something like, all the... fuck. He said something like the answer was in front of you. I just can't remember what he said. This is why we need talk. This is why we need Snow and we need everybody there, because everyone's got a different piece of the puzzle. It's not enough for me to hear it from you about somebody else hearing it from somebody else. For once, we just need to stop trying things on our own. So, I think we need to start planning something. To plan a meeting. It's gonna be difficult. It was difficult last time.
It was very botched. We had to plan out the day we were gonna do this about a week in advance, so everyone had time to figure it out. And even then, not everyone showed up. But yeah.
As long as we can get as many people as we can. If people have to be on the phone, or people have to leave notes to somebody else, is that your work?
I want you to have that. I made multiple copies of these for people that were interested, but I'm going to just hand this to you now. All right. That is all of my work I've done. At the top of that folder, you'll see that there is a journal of all of Norman's journal entries. I made the map of all the victims. And the file there is also all of the notes I've taken of the journal. Because he's said a lot of stuff recently that I think is interesting. But something for you to keep in the back of your mind that maybe we can sit and talk with everyone about is that he keeps referring to himself as we. It's never I. He's never the creator. It's always we.
Hey, this is good. Let's put this talk on pause.
Yeah, that's fine.
Save it. Let's go figure somewhere out.
Okay. We'll come back to this. Hopefully, between you and I, not to keep secrets from the family. You know that Matt's gonna have a hard time accepting this, right?
Accepting what?
Trying to go after the person he tried running from. The guy that has hurt him before.
I wish you could have seen your dad that day we met with Norman. I probably spent 10% of the time there saying anything. Because your dad was doing it all.
Yeah, I'm sure he's I'm sure he's a little more adamant nowadays.
He's not
a little bit out of his shell.
He's not scared anymore. I don't think he ever mentioned it because in his own little way he was probably getting past it, through it. He's so far on the other side that he was trying to kill Norman's bird the whole time we were there. Just to piss him off.
What was he, shooting him?
He was talking about it a lot.
Oh boy. Well, I just hope that Matt hears your side, is willing to want to do this together. And, you know, if not, I say that we still move forward and try and find what we can do. I have Shano call me. Hey, what's up, Shano?
Be safe, brother.
What's
hey,
up?
what's up, man?
Not much. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just chilling at the gas station, Seaside gas station. You know,
Ooh,
just cruising,
okay.
brother.
Okay. I like
Hanging out
it.
with the
I like
homies.
it.
What are you doing?
I'm currently with my dad right now. We're currently riding. We're just talking, finishing up a conversation.
Shit.
Yeah.
Who's your dad?
Richard Dark?
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't know that was your dad. Tell Dark as Shana says hello.
Oh,
see if he remembers me.
Dad, Shano says hello.
Hello, Shano.
He said hello, Shano.
Oh, hell yeah.
You remembered?
That's what we're talking about. Yay! I love Dark.
Hell yeah.
He's cute.
Whoa, he's married.
Anyway.
He's married.
I know.
You can't.
I know he is.
You can't call him cute because he's married.
No, I can.
Well, you could. But...
I almost accidentally started a family dispute between him and fucking Rhodes like a year ago at the front of the hospital.
What the hell did
Rhodes
you do?
was giving me the eyes, you know. Rhodes was looking at me, giving me the eyes. It wasn't my fault. He did it in front of him. I didn't do anything. I was just standing there, being a sexy and shit, you know. Look, it is what it is.
Yeah. Fair.
Oh my god! Actually, I remember what it was. I remember Rose came to the VU to do an investigation, and I was dancing, you know. And I told Dark about it.
You what?
I remember now. I remember. Well, I used to work at the VU as a stripper. That's how I used to make all my money,
Oh
man.
my God,
So I bought my first car.
That's fair. I mean, I just what the hell? Okay.
And Rhodes came down there to do an investigation, you know, when we had all boys night. And yeah, Dark found out. And and I was there.
That's
really
so
funny.
bad. Oh my God. Wait.
Hey, I didn't. It wasn't me.
You almost caused a divorce.
No, I was just, hey, I was doing my job, okay? I didn't say anything. I was just doing my job. It was just one of those things.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, I was just checking in on you, man. Seeing what's
Yeah.
going on. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing great. I did my first drift lesson. It went as expected, pretty horrible. It went good. Just I need to.
Yeah.
I gotta improve. I got a Camaro and I want to get a drift kit for it, but
Yep.
it's slowly but surely. Things have been good though. Things have been good. I might have to call you back if that's cool. But
No, you're fine. I'm gonna head to bed shortly anyway, so I'll give you a call
damn.
tomorrow. We'll hang out something.
Yeah, all good, Shannon. We'll talk soon. All right.
Yep.
All right. I'll
All
talk
right,
to you,
mate.
brother.
Have a good night.
You as well. Bye bye.
Bye.
Sorry about that.
What was he saying?
We were just talking. He was just catching up, seeing how I was doing. He runs the drift school, and I did drift lessons, and I told him about it. So, apologies. To kind of get back on topic though, sorry. There's a lot to look into and a lot to look forward to, and I just ask that if you have any questions about anything, I'd like to help try and answer and be as honest with you and upfront as possible.
Have a look at this folder real quick.
Go ahead. I'm gonna grab something out of the glove box real quick. I'll be right back. Give me literally count to 20 seconds. Not even 10 seconds. Ready, set, go. Okay. I am back. Oh man. All right, sorry. Here, do you guys want to see the folder? So he's probably going to be looking at the journal entries. I forget which one it is. Is it 24? Or is it 21? Which one is it? Sal Rosenberg. I forget what page. Okay. By the way, if you were interested, page 20 in his diary is the one with Matt.
I don't want to read that without talking to your dad first.
Mm-hmm.
On the map, is that everybody?
The only people that are not on that list are the people that were in the railroad tracks, because there's like 2 or 3 scattered around the city, and it would have been too hard to try and pinpoint which one was which with minimal detail. But besides that, yes, that's everyone. So there's maybe 4 or 5 people that are not on that list.
Is there a list of like everybody who was injured during this?
I guess in the weird, in a weird sense, everybody that's on that map, yeah. I don't think there's an actual list though. At Rhodes.
Why does Ellen Knight rings a bell?
Ella Knight.
Yeah.
Hey chat. Not to kill the immersion, but a lunch this week is fire. I'm bragging. I did good. So the
Which page is Ellen Knight referenced on?
where are you looking at the diary notes?
Yeah.
I noted down each page. So Ellen Knight, by framing Norman, however, Norman states unimportant to what I want. Page number 17. The date's gonna be 2/19/18. So page 17 in that folder, or in his diary. You and your lunch. Listen, lunch is good, and I'm happy to be a meal prepper. They make my life so easy.
Could it? Okay. Could Ellen Knight be Isabel Knight? Could that be?
Who is Isabel Knight? Oh. Who is Isabel Knight? I'm sorry if I'm missing something.
She's a girl I've met a few times. Long time ago. She was like a. she was just a bit different, you know? Like, nice, but she was different. Let me answer this. Hello? Yeah, we're okay. Thank you. Um, kind of, not really. Yeah, we're okay. Just had some things to work through, you know. Are you okay?
Oh, it's Juno. It means Izzy. Well,
Who?
Izzy's
Who are these people?
Isabella Carrington. I'm thinking of a different Izzy. God, that food was so good.
Okay.
I did the teriyaki chicken this week, but I did it right because I did it with rotisserie chicken, and I literally would shred it.
I'm sorry, Juno.
I knew it was Juno. Then I would do
Have you spoken to Anita?
made like a teriyaki sauce, and then I poured it over the chicken, mixed it, and then I made
Juno.
quinoa, spinach, cranberries, and a couple other things. And I made like a little thing to go next to it. So
Juno. Jenny, what happened to Bass? What happened to Bass? If you love Bass, you'll tell me.
God.
Just tell me something. Because he's not on vacation. I know that he was meeting somebody, Walker. I know that he was.
If he means Isabella Carrington, that'd be funny though, because Flop and Izzy used to be like best friends. Chat knows what happened to Bass. I also know what happened to Bass out of character. It was kind of hard to scroll through Twitter the other day without seeing Bass in Purgatory and with Brian there too. It was pretty much fucking impossible to scroll through Twitter. It was dope. Did you watch it? No, I didn't watch it, but I went on. I was going through Twitter, and it just kept popping up, and I was like, for fuck's sake, can't escape it. Oh man, what happened to Bass? Bass was killed and brought to Purgatory. No meta. There's really no meta though, Emery. I already know.
No, you've done well. Thank you. And do you know why Brian's saying that he's on vacation?
Oh my god, Brian was banned?
I think because he knew what was going to happen. Because he wants his position.
Does he think Brian's a snake too? Ooh! Wait a minute, we just learned a lot. Oh, IA is intertwining. Dark's about to call out. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. what rank is Flop? A boss ass bitch. Maybe I might drag Dark into the IA stuff real quick. Flop's not a senior detective actually. But soon TM maybe? I don't know.
Okay. Thank you, Juno. Just keep your head down, okay? You'll join me? What do you mean?
Tell Juno I said hi and I want to probably call her later.
Okay, that sounds nice. Flop said, hi, and he'll call you later. Take care, Juno. You heard about Bass going missing?
No. I did hear you say though that Brian wants his position. Do you not like Brian? You can be honest with me.
respect the rank that Brian holds. I think that he is a good cop, but I don't trust him. Bass went missing a couple days back, and Juno said that they were up at Polito meeting with TJ Walker. TJ's there. TJ, Bass, and Brian go off, have a conversation. Not too long later, a bunch of elegies roll up, all messed up. They hold all three of them up. They rob Brian. They rob Juno. They put them in a car. They put Bass in another one. They take Brian and Juno somewhere discreet and wait there for ages. They're waiting for something, and then they get dropped off in the same place, and Bass is gone. And for some reason, Brian is covering that up by saying Bass is on vacation. And I don't understand why. But Bundy said the lighthouse is involved.
What?
I phoned Bundy to ask where Bass was. He said, okay, hold on. Brian sent me a letter of what to say and then said, Bass is on vacation. And I said, is that all the letter said? And he mumbled some words, but the only one I could make out was the lighthouse.
What the fuck?
Does Bass have any connection to anybody?
No. I don't think so. Let me check his profile. Apparently he has a connection with what's his face in prison, according to his MDW photo.
I'm not beating around the bush anymore. Let's see if no one knows anything. So yeah, that happened. Is your dad around?
I didn't see him earlier. It is Monday, when you know what that means.
What, the people don't like coming to work on Monday?
Wow.
What?
No, I'm just saying, wow.
Why are you saying wow for?
Because it's just it's the Monday vibe. Why is my throat so bad right now, dude? Damn. Probably play a WoW. Anyway, hey, I know you're not internal affairs anymore. Can I ask you a serious question?
Sure.
Would you ever come back?
Down the line, maybe. Now, no. I'm calling somebody.
Can I ask why?
Jesus Christ. Because internal affairs is what made me nearly lose my family for good.
How so? Because I'm part of
'Cause
internal affairs, and I don't feel like I've lost the family over IA.
it wasn't emotionally. It was well, I mean that's all I was doing. I barely got to ride with any of you guys because my whole days were IA,
Hi, Jesse.
and
Thank you for the 10 months.
then the man who was my biggest problem was also is the sheriff. And when he was in prison for kidnapping somebody, and I approached him as IA to warn him, he smashed my head off the concrete, and that's what started everything. What the fuck?
I saw a report about this.
Yeah, okay. I'm not too interested.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. You want the super TLDR about it? The super short explanation?
Of what?
What that is?
Go. Shoot.
It's Cerberus, and I believe they're manufacturing weaponry, and it's
What?
Yep,
At the prison?
underneath the prison.
Why is it underneath the prison?
I don't know. That's just the spot they picked, I guess. Can I ask you for some guidance with IA?
Of course you can.
It's gonna involve me having to tell you what I'm looking into, but
Sure.
I've been trying to
Mm,
get in touch with people from IA for 3 days, 2 days now, and no one has been around. I'm currently looking into something pretty bad. And it involves, unironically, Brian Knight and Mac.
Okay.
They were investigating Cap Terranova for weapons trafficking.
Right.
And they arrested him. He had his day in court. And essentially, during the proceeding of the court case, Mac's on the stand and proceeds to... So Brian gets brought in as prosecution. Right? So he's helping prosecute the case.
Mm-hmm.
Mac's lead. And,
Short and sweet.
okay. Mac on the stand claimed to have known the information of Cap Terranova through a phone subpoena. And apparently, Cap Terranova was never issued a phone subpoena, nor was it ever brought into evidence on the docket, and the judges let it slide.
Oh.
Yeah. And inevitably was part of the reason for the conviction of Cap Terranova. So
It's a Brady violation.
it is a Brady violation. So my question is, should Brian be as guilty as Mac because he's part of the prosecution team and should know the evidence that's going to be proposed in court?
My 2 words of advice for this are malicious intent. Or, I'm going to add 2 more words. Gross negligence.
I'll tell you something else too that might tie in. Unless you need to take that call.
It's Juno. Hello, Juno.
Poor Juno. Dude, this roleplay has been so good today. Jassy, thank you again for the 10 months. Thank you guys for everything and just, you know, being here and being so supportive. I'm really enjoying today. This has been a lot of fun.
Just kick it out. It's probably just a weird... Can you just, like, shoo it out? don't. Just leave it alone. Honestly, I'd just run the other way. Juno, don't. Juno, you're already conflicted, darling. Don't get any more conflicted. Bye. Right. Anyway.
What
was she saying?
What was that about?
She said there was a crow with a knife and a megaphone in PD, and she wanted to kick it.
Huh.
We're not going there. What was you saying? I'm on the edge of my seat here. Come on.
Okay. So the other piece of information is I spoke to the lawyer, James Hayes, who's the one that initially was the one to submit the report. And the one to initially kind of come up with the complaint. So I sat him down in the IA office and we discussed things, and he said Hayes discussed the timelines of events that occurred. I'm just going to read what I wrote exactly so that it's verbatim. During the conversation, Hayes had been informed by Brian Knight days prior to Cap Terranova's case that Terranova was already being investigated and made attempts to take a plea deal for just weapons trafficking so that Terranova was not exposed to a public trial. So Brian had already known about the case and pulled Hayes aside during another... So Hayes was representing someone else entirely, and Brian pulled him aside and said that Cap Terranova is being investigated, and he recommends he just takes the weapons trafficking plea deal so that we don't, the PD doesn't have to put him on blast.
Mm-hmm.
And in that conversation, James even said, I was pretty certain that there was possibly a subpoena. He said, but there was no way to prove it. And he said in court, I was able to pull it out of Mac that they used a phone subpoena without informing my client nor me. And in practice, was able to kind of come to the determination so badly that he currently on the docket has a Senate appeal for the Cap Terranova trial.
Oh, God.
Putting the judge on blast and putting the PD on blast.
Okay. Have you spoken to Mac and Brian?
I have not yet. I'm speaking to them dead last because I want to get all my information clear and straight before I bring it to either of them.
Advice. I used to do the same thing, and it causes a lot of friction. Okay? You need to go talk to Brian and Mac first, because at the end of the day, they want IA on their side. Okay? It doesn't matter what their perception is. If you go and talk to them last, that's a lot worse. They're not going to like you as much as if you come talk to them first. So, what I would do is go talk to Mac and Brian and just say, we've received a complaint that you withheld this and this and this from a civilian. That's all you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then just say, can you tell me what this is about? Don't try and pose questions or anything yet. You can always pull them in for a second interview and then start.
Just let them go, and if they say anything
Yes.
conflicting, just let them say it, and then afterwards confront them about it.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
I would do that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So maybe I'll pull Brian in and talk to Brian and go from there. He is around right now, actually. If I really wanted to do this.
Yeah. I'm not going to read Dankly if you would. I'm just going to step back.
Yeah, just don't mention my name. He wants to kill me.
Read. Can I ask you something and you kind of forget everything that's happened recently?
Sorry. Mad Monkey, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate it. What's going on? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. What's up? Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I was just reading something. What a morning of feels. Today's been crazy. This is what I love about roleplay, man. This is why I'm gonna be honest with you. I always wonder what would happen with the channel if I were to ever move from roleplay, and I think bottom line is that I feel like I wouldn't know what the hell I'm doing half the time. However,
did you guys in the lodge like know anything about him?
There's a reason why I always come back to roleplay. There's a reason why I always come back to this and why I always enjoy it. It's just so good, man. The storytelling, the people I get to see and talk to and hang out with and interact with every day makes it all worth it.
Okay.
And I
You
get
didn't
to
attack nobody from the lodge,
I
right?
get to hang out with some pretty fucking incredible people. A lot of people who I definitely consider friends. You know what I mean?
Guess I'll have to call someone from the actual Lost MC to find out.
Oh God, you just insulted the Lost. Right?
Do you know is the Lost MC place down on Mirror Park? Is that?
It's gonna be a wholesome day, isn't it? I mean, listen, it's always. I don't want to say it's always a wholesome day. It's not always a wholesome day, but you know what I mean. It's a good day. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna continue to be a good day. It's a Monday, and I have a week before I leave, which is really kind of exciting. I've never. I mean. Oh no, it's 39. It's been officially an hour. Internet's gonna die. Woo! Let's go celebrate. Yeah, let's go. I really wish like it wasn't so predictable, but
Well, Reed said that Norman Bones is Batman.
is that what you got out of that conversation?
Yep.
Check this out. This one happened at 9:39.
He also has a new gang called
This
TSM.
one 10:39. This one just happened at 11:39. Almost like it happens periodically. Make sure you guys refresh. You're on pause and unpause the stream. This way you're not delayed. You're gonna see a little bit of a delay if you don't. Why? So what did you ask Reed exactly, if you don't mind me asking?
I want to see what he knew about Norman Bones, and I want to know about this place. Do you know who owns this place these days?
This used to be a this used to be a bike hangout, like a what do you call it? This used to be a
Clubhouse.
yeah.
Yeah,
Used to be a-
I know. Then it was Quick Fix, and now I don't know what it is.
No, I was saying after Quick Fix. So after Quick Fix, it was a clubhouse hangout spot, and then it kind of trailed off a little bit, and it wasn't a hangout spot anymore. And I think the club either disbanded or I haven't seen them in literally months.
Reed said it's been used.
Right now?
I don't know. Let me go knock on the door. Can you look on the MDW, see if you can find out?
What would I even look up for this place?
I have no idea. I'll go see if I can.
Is there a? I'm curious to know if there's a lock on the door. Maybe like a property to look up. I'm kind of curious.
That's what I'm gonna look at. God, it's fucking pissing it down.
It's the first rainy day we've had on the server, and I'm so excited for the rain. And I'm throwing on the jacket.
There is. I mean, it looks like there's locks on the door, but it's not locked.
Huh.
But I was thinking this place because I mean, there's a table. I thought it was a lot bigger than it was. You know what? Fuck the Lost. Fuck this place. Who would even want to hang out here?
I don't know.
What about over there?
What about over where?
At the abandoned motel. It's got a nice mural.
Yeah, it does.
Kind of hits on the points I was saying earlier.
Oh yeah.
I think we've all lost enough people. We don't want to have to lose any more.
Absolutely. You know, last time I was in that motel, I was getting chased by the chicken man. This place is eerie. There's a staircase over to the left if you want to go to the top.
I don't know, I'm just thinking this place could work.
What are you thinking?
Well, Norman has anybody working for him. There's not a lot of places they can get us from. Obviously, there's the roof, but we could have some people on the roof. Then if anyone wants to go talk to people, there's lots of room to go talk on their own. There's lots of balconies where people can have chats. I don't know. We just slap a big table down right here. Get some lights from the news center.
This will be a good spot. I think it'd be good. One way in, one way out.
Mm-hmm. It needs to be somewhere that means something, you know?
Means something to Norman?
That's what I don't know.
The
So it means something to Norman or means something to all of us.
It's kind of hard because Norman... It's difficult, you know? Question is, how much of Norman, you know? Norman doesn't show emotion. But have you ever noticed that while Norman doesn't show emotion, he also seems sad? I'm not gonna say he's not happy, but have you ever noticed that Norman, just when he talks, when he's around, he's... I can't even say neutral. He just doesn't seem happy about himself.
Probably just psychopath.
Well, is he a psychopath, or is he being controlled by something else that's causing him to have these emotions?
Maybe. Again, it's something we don't know.
I missed a follow. I'm so sorry. I was looking down for like 2 seconds. Thank you so much for the follow.
It needs to be somewhere secluded, somewhere we're not just going to be walked up upon, you know?
Yeah. I just think that Norman in itself is a very... There's not much to him, but there's also a lot to him. Does that make sense?
Sure.
There's not much to him in the sense that when you look at him, when you talk to him, he's just an old guy who looks like leather and sounds like what leather would sound like if leather could talk. And he constantly talks about the same thing, and that's death. But when you really like dig deep into it, you know that like there's a lot more under the surface that is not being brought up. But the initial reaction people get is, you know, that Norman is just the god of death, right? That's how he wants people to know him by, and it's very apparent that that's all he wants to portray himself as to most people.
Did anyone die? During his spree, did anyone die? Do we know?
When you say did anyone die, you mean in recent time?
No, when he was attacking people, did anyone die?
I think so. Skelly, thank you for the 6 months. The happy year. Thank you. Thank you. Could we get some hearts in chat, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As for who, I don't know, but actually, you know what? Yeah, someone did die.
Oh.
I forgot to tell you this because I actually kind of put it to the side. When was the last time you saw Dundee?
Dundee? I haven't seen Dundee in ages.
I had a crow drop off a human skull. And I went to go run a DNA test. And I took 4 samples, all from different parts of the bone, to try and make complete confirmation on the DNA analysis. And it was a 1-to-1 match to Erwin Dundee's DNA that we have on file.
Yeah, Snow mentioned something about that. So Dundee's dead.
Or is he? Bundy told me something that I thought was really, really interesting. He said, if I didn't tell you too much, would you believe me if I said that Dundee's situation was dealt with years ago or a long time ago or whatever he said? And I said, yes, I would believe you. So Dundee hasn't been dead for years, right? So the question is he actually dead? Also, do you know about Cleo?
Well, what do you mean? Stop.
Mm-hmm.
What did Bundy say again?
Bundy said something along the lines, we're about to drive into gang turf. Just a heads up, they're shooting right now.
Where?
Right next to us.
Oh,
we'll go the other way for now.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah,
Jesus. Fuck me.
Jesus Christ. Fucking gangs. Bundy said something along the lines of, if you believe, if you take my word, or he said, would you take my word if I told you that that skull or Dundee situation is something that was dealt with a long time ago? Not exactly what he said, but to the degree of what he said, right?
Dundee's skull or his death?
Yeah. To my understanding, Dundee was brought back. That's not suspicious at all. Did you get a plate read on that?
No, I didn't have my radar on.
Me neither. So I said I would believe you, and he never told me what it was about, but we never investigated it. As far as we know, do you think
Hold on.
What's that? What happened?
Do you remember the last time Dundee went missing?
Kinda. Sorta. Do you remember?
Yeah, because it was the biggest IA case I've ever had.
Oh. Would you be able to fill me in a little bit?
Dundee was missing for months. And he came back claiming that Tony Andrews and Sam Bass tried to kill him, and then they threw his body into the ocean.
I
did. Somehow,
I did hear about this.
he made it out.
I actually did hear about this.
And now you're telling me Bass is involved in this too?
Wait, this makes a whole lot of fucking sense. This makes a lot of sense.